replace some of our state parks for golf courses, for crying out loud. I mean, it's unbelievable. Everything's for sale up there. And that's why we're running, to stop that, to bring some integrity back in government, to have an ethical governor again. Who understands
some of that is that one of the headlines I saw is that you washed the site, and at least politically speaking. And you look at, when the ads started running, and from the Republican Party of Florida and Rick Scott, your poll numbers and their poll numbers are in opposite directions. Is that proof to you that negative advertising works, and that you're going to have to play that same game?
Well, not only negative advertising, but overwhelming advertising.
There you go.
And I'm running against a guy who says he's going to spend $100 million on this race. It's about the only thing Rick Scott says, I believe. And they've spent about $30 million so far. It's unbelievable how much they have spent. So we have spent about $1 million, and we're about time. So what that tells me is a lot about my fellow Floridians, that they're pretty smart. And as we talked about earlier, they see through this kind of trash talk. They understand what they want. They know both of us. They've gotten to know us now. 4 years ago, they didn't really know Rick Scott, and he spent $75 million in order to buy the governor's mansion. So I don't think they're going to let him buy it.
Would you endorse your allies and yourself using those similar types of advertising tactics? If there's a negative ad running on your behalf, you say poisons the water. Would you agree that it should be run on your behalf?
The kind of ads we're going to run are going to be honest ads. They're going to tell the truth about Rick Scott. And when we tell the truth about Rick Scott, they think it's hell. But we're just telling the truth. And in his case, it is hell.
Speaking of
your
first year as governor, you signed a budget that increased education spending, but following that there were very substantial decreases. I don't know how they compare to Scott's $1.3 billion, but very substantial. So what would you say to somebody who says you didn't fully protect education spending either?
During the Great Recession, with the global economic meltdown, I was able to maintain education funding at a level higher per pupil than Rick Scott is doing with almost a $3 billion surplus. That's what I would say to people, and that's what I'll say to him. And that's what I think the people of Florida deserve to know. They deserve to know what our priorities are. And it's clear that you don't have a revenue problem now. You have a priorities problem. When you have almost a $3 billion surplus, and you only allocate about 7% of that to education, that's hardly a priority. And when you can't match the kind of per pupil funding that I did during the Great Recession, that's embarrassing. It's obvious that Rick Scott is not concerned about education. He's not concerned about people like Messiah and them having a better future and a better opportunity to have a bright future, not when his last bright future is at hand.
Can I follow up on that, Dan? Sure. As you pointed out, the per pupil spending now is less than in your peak year as governor, but it is still more than in your last year as governor.
So our best is better than their best. You said it very well yourself.
Well, your best was better than what they've done so far.
That's right, and hopefully they don't be able to do any more. So that we can get back to prioritizing education for the children of Florida.
Just a quick follow-up on Duke Energy.
Yeah.
Governor Scott says it's you who actually made it easier for utilities to raise the rates for customers. What's your response?
He's confused again because Governor Bush was signed the bill. Rick Scott just can't get it right because he doesn't want to know what's right. But I know what's right.
You approved Levy that ended up going.
Yeah, but the person who signed the bill who allowed for those early charges was not Charlie Crist. And Rick Scott apparently approves it. This is letting it continue. But we only got 83 days. I'm not. And we can change it all with one election. So I hope everybody gets out and votes.